All right, guys, welcome back to Remotely Wasted. Here to talk college football with you. My name's Nick, here with Jaden. We have the first official playoff rankings of the year pulled up. I haven't seen them. I don't know if Jaden's seen them yet, but this is
Just a
my
little bit.
this is my first look at it. So we're gonna give our live reaction. It's Tuesday night. These just dropped, I think, about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, we're like a
Um,
day late posting our episode, unfortunately, but life happens.
Yeah. Um, so we got Ohio State at number one. This is exactly what I thought the committee
I
would do.
They haven't moved from one all year, have they? They started season number one?
Yeah, they've been on the
No,
AP. They
Texas. It was
oh they
Texas
stayed
one.
Texas started number one, and then as soon as
Yeah,
Ohio State beat them, they
yeah,
took that
that's what it
spot
was.
and they haven't left it. It's
And
I don't
they've
know.
played absolutely nobody other than Texas the first
They
game.
don't really have a good win. I mean, Texas is starting to look like a better win as time goes
It's
on.
getting better.
Texas had that, good win against Vanderbilt, so it kind of upped them a little bit. Indiana at number two. I think Indiana's a lot stronger of a team to me than Ohio State in terms of
I agree.
dominance. Um, they got a big win against Oregon, but looking at Oregon, I like the way the committee has them. They have them down at nine because Oregon hasn't beat anybody. Their big win is Penn State, who's now like what they 3-4, 4-5, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that's a reasonable spot. I mean, they're ahead of a couple other one-loss teams, but I think some of those other one-loss teams really haven't played anybody either.
Yeah,
Let's see. Bama at four. The A&M, Bama, Georgia like trio. 'Cause I feel like those three they have bigger wins than Ole Miss, so kind of like you take Ole Miss out for the SEC, still little four stack SEC schools.
yeah. I mean, you kind
Obviously
of
A&M
gotta
would
do
be at the
that.
top because they're undefeated. So then like the
Yeah.
Bama, Georgia, like it's it's kind of neat. But I mean Bama did beat Georgia, so
Bama, I mean, the thing with Bama is, they've looked dominant most of the season. They have some pretty good wins, but this past, the last time we've seen them, they're struggling against South Carolina, who's not been very good. They lost
yeah,
to
they
Florida
looked a little,
State week one. Like, there's moments where they look very beatable, but then on
yeah.
the other hand, they have the best resume probably in all of college football.
I mean, pretty much everybody looks beatable in some way. I mean, Indiana even had a slow game against Iowa, so nobody is looking just completely unstoppable, which is actually really nice to see. It's almost I don't want to say it's an even playing field, but it's a lot more competitive. Kind of like it almost feels like anybody could beat anybody, especially if you get like a home field advantage in the playoffs. Like, that might give you the edge.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, nobody really looks completely dominant. Even like Georgia has not looked good at all. They struggled heavily against Florida this past weekend. Granted, that is a rivalry game. They're playing on a neutral field, but at the same time, you that's a team that just fired their coach, and Georgia's kind of struggling against them. They squeaked one out against Tennessee, squeaked
Georgia
one out
cost me
against Ole Miss.
$400. Fuck Georgia. I just needed them to win by 7.
Didn't
Like,
they
come on.
like take
I
a
come on.
take a knee at like
They,
the
they were fucking driving. They was in like field goal range, I'm pretty sure. And it would have made the spread 7, I think. Yeah, they won by 4. This shit pissed me off. Like I was watching the game cast and I was like, oh, they got the ball. They're, within field goal range, I think. And then I came back later. The score was the exact same. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I was so mad.
Yeah, they're struggling. I'm surprised, and I'm happy to see that BYU's up there because BYU's undefeated. I mean, they don't have the greatest resume in the world, but Utah looked pretty good, and
I mean,
they
they
got a
played
win
Texas
over
Tech this
Utah,
weekend.
and that's gonna
That's
propel the
I would
winner of
assume
that
that's where
game
that should
top
be game
five.
day, but
I believe it is.
they played 11, which is weird.
Yeah, I believe that is game day for the
That's
week.
so weird. Like I don't know. I feel like the game day game has to be a night game. It should be a night game always.
Yeah, I'm
Six
pretty sure
o'clock.
that's where it's gonna. Yeah, it should be like a prime
But
time slot.
playing at 11 is it's something, I guess.
I mean, it happens every now and then.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't really like it either because I don't know. It should just be like the prime time game of the. I think it's weird also when Kirk and Chris Fowler don't call the game day site. Like they call a different game. Like for example, this past weekend, I
Oh
believe
yeah.
where I can't where was game
It
day
was at
this past weekend?
Utah, Cincinnati, I think.
Yeah, and they called Oklahoma, Tennessee. So it was just kind of weird they weren't
It's a
calling
better
the
game.
the main game. Um, Speaking of Oklahoma, number 12, they're currently the first team out at this point because the group of five team would get in ahead of them. So Texas gets the spot ahead of them due to the head-to-head win, which I mean is fair enough. I think Oklahoma has the better resume in terms of, they got Michigan who's sitting at 21, Tennessee who's sitting at 25. But I mean, actually, Texas actually has a
And I
better
mean,
resume looking at it. They got
yeah,
OU and Vanderbilt.
you guys do play Bama this weekend, so I'm pretty sure, right? So
Yeah,
they,
that would. Oh, actually,
you
no.
guys
We're
beat.
on a bye this weekend,
Oh,
but
is
we
it
play
next
Bama
weekend?
next weekend.
Okay, yeah, you guys
So
beat Bama. You'd be comfortably in the top probably eight.
yeah, so I
So
mean, it propels them quite a bit. Utah's sitting right there on the outside. They run the tables. They got a good chance to get in the playoffs. They would have to probably match against BYU in the Big 12 championship if they're
Notre
even in
Dame,
the contention.
Notre Dame somehow weaseled their way back in there. I
We knew
fucking
it was
can't
gonna
stand that
happen.
team. I can't stand like they should be a group of five team. Just put them in the group of five. Like let them play them motherfuckers. Because ugh, like who do they play? Like who do they have left? Okay, the next two games is all they got. I just don't see them losing either of those games. So they're gonna win out. They'll probably finish fucking like 7, 8 maybe, unless there's some chaos above them.
Yeah, I mean that's how it's looking. Unfortunately, they get like the easiest path
It's
to the
disgusting.
playoffs every year. And I mean like they lost to the
They already
two
dropped
teams
two.
they
Like,
played. Like that's the
come
only two
on
teams they have
now.
to I mean they're playing Navy this weekend. Maybe Navy gives them a challenge. I doubt it. They just
They
got
could
whooped
probably
kind of
lose.
by
They could probably
North
lose three and
Texas.
still make it in. Crazy enough. If they had lost that third one a while ago, if they was 5-3 and they won the rest of the games, they would squeak right back in that motherfucker. It's nefarious behavior.
It's really unfortunate. I mean, I'm looking at the rest of these rankings. Virginia being up that far is interesting. I wasn't expecting Virginia to get that high of a nod. Granted, they only have one loss.
I mean,
Um,
AP's got him at 12.
Yeah, so I mean, Virginia is starting to get some respect. Vanderbilt still in playoff contention. I would say,
Yeah, their season's not over. Who they got left? Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee. If they win out, I mean, obviously, like, okay, like you guys and Bama play, so like, if you guys lose, you'll drop behind them. If Bama loses, they'll have the same record. I'm sure some of these other teams play each other in some way. I don't know off the top of my head how, but all BYU and Texas Tech play this week. So if Texas Tech loses, they would drop out. Vandy would jump over them. So like they got a slight path. I don't. They got to move up what 7, not 7 spots. Jesus Christ, 5 spots to like be comfortably in there. It's not. It's 3 weeks. Anything can happen.
yeah, I don't know how many of these teams play each other, but I would say, like, aside from Tennessee, hypothetically, any of these teams could somehow sneak their way in. But I'm sure there's a lot of these teams are going to play each other and knock each other out of contention.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, there's not a lot of unbeaten teams left. So these teams with one losses, they lose another one, they're gonna drop. The two loss teams are a little harder, but I don't think it's impossible. They just need,
yeah,
a lot of things to go their way.
yeah, and I mean, you're looking like, I mean, the
I would
way the
say
field's
from
looking.
Georgia Tech down, it's probably not likely that they make it. I think Miami after that
Yeah,
loss, they had like a 6% chance to make the playoffs.
yeah, Miami needs some help in terms of like
They need
the
a
only way
lot.
Miami gets in probably is if they win the
Somehow,
ACC
yeah,
somehow, which is
sneaking
is
in
just
there.
gonna have to require a lot of other teams to lose ahead of them. Um, Washington's in there. That's cool. They weren't ranked last week in the AP, so they're kind of in there. They've been sneakily a pretty good team this whole year.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what they have left on their schedule. I want to say they might have Indiana, maybe that might be a pretty good game.
Yeah,
No,
Indiana's got nobody left.
so they got Oregon. If they beat Oregon, they might get in.
Um, mm, that's a lot of moving spots. I gotta go. Holy shit. I mean, if
Well,
Oregon was ranked higher, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, because if you look at what's ahead of them for Washington, Missouri, I think Prebula is like he's out for a while. If I'm not mistaken, they're probably going to drop
Yeah,
to
they're
Oklahoma at
Missouri's
least.
cooked.
Michigan's got to play Ohio State. Very good chance they lose.
Yeah,
Iowa,
there's two.
they're always going to mess something up.
So
Um,
say they beat Oregon right now today. I think they would jump close to like 15, 14. So yeah, I guess they have a chance if some of these other teams lose before them. They'll start sneaking their way up. They beat Oregon, they might sneak in there.
yeah, I mean it's a outsider's chance, but I believe they
They
do
might be
have a
that
chance.
they might be that third Big Ten team going in because it's gonna be Ohio State, Indiana, guaranteed, unless they somehow lose a game before the Big Ten championship. So, say Washington beats Oregon, Oregon will be out. They might be the third Big Ten team. SEC teams, there might be four of them motherfuckers. Big 12's probably gonna have two, maybe. ACC might have one.
Yeah, the ACC is looking rough. Like if you're not
They're
winning the ACC,
cannibalizing each other.
you're not in a good position right now. Especially Miami losing to SMU this weekend. Really kind of I think it broke Miami fans. Like it was
Good,
one
good.
of the most devastating losses for
I
their
love that.
program in a while
I
because
love that for them. Welcome,
this
welcome
is
to the
they fooled
fucking
me
re
this year.
welcome to the bottom. They're on their way down.
I feel like I'm
Actually,
wearing
I
like
think
Miami colors.
the ACC could get two in because Virginia, Louisville, and Georgia Tech. I don't think they play each other. So two of them would match in the ACC championship game, and then that third team that doesn't play would maybe sneak in.
Yeah, I mean, in Georgia Tech this weekend, what a
Ah,
disappointing
they
loss.
fucked it.
And Haynes King had a fantastic game. He had like 500 total
That
yards.
dude is doing everything he possibly can, man.
But I would say they still have a really good shot at the ACC championship. Just went out and they have a very good chance because I'm gonna assume Louisville or Virginia probably drops
Virginia is
one.
playing with fire every week. This is like their fourth straight. I think they won by 10 this week actually, but they went to
Who would have
overtime like
thought?
three they went to overtime like three games in a row. Um yeah,
Just that
I
close
think
game
these
to
three
North
they all went.
Carolina was kind of crazy.
I'm pretty sure these three were all overtime. Maybe it's these three. But yeah, they're playing close. Nothing else is really jumping out.
Yeah, I guess we could hop into like what our top six would be. Um,
Mine's
Definitely.
the exact same from last week, other than my six.
Let me see if I can even find mine.
I
Um,
it's just I don't there's not really any movement up at the top.
I like that I made. I'm sure you made yours before these rankings came out, so like it's a little bit different. I went with a Georgia at six. Um, for me, it's just the kind of struggles week in and week out we've seen from Georgia. This is probably like since Kirby Smart has taken over, this is one of the weaker Georgia teams we've seen, especially defensively. I've seen them get cooked a few times this year,
I just feel like they're
and
like shootouts or like super competitive games. They're not really just like burying people this year.
they're
I don't
just
know if
playing with
it's
fire a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't know if it's the defense. I don't know if the offense is like not as explosive as they have been. Um, I think that bad year from Carson Beck really like kind of sent them on a little bit of a slide. I mean, if they could still win it all. I'm not saying they can't win it this year, but it definitely seems like they're kind of trending down. It's like since that.
Yeah, like if you get them in an actual playoff like scenario, I don't know how much I like their chances right now. But then again, it's Georgia. Speaking of Carson Beck, this is a little bit of a tangent, but did you see him blaming the play calling on like for the loss?
Yeah.
Like this is the second time he's done this where
He
he's
threw an
blamed somebody
interception
else.
like on the 2 yard line or something like, or like the player like caught it at the two.
He's not getting drafted. Like he doesn't take any accountability. Like if
Is
I'm an
zero.
NFL GM, like why would I want this guy?
I hope he doesn't get drafted. Fuck that guy. He's a fucking bum.
So who did you have at number six last week?
I had Georgia Tech at six last week. They
Okay.
lost. I got BYU at six now.
Okay, so you're because you had Georgia at five last week, if I'm remembering
Yep.
right.
Still got him at five. And like I said, that
So
my top five didn't change. I think a couple of these teams are all biased too. I think Like Ohio State was on a bye, A&M was on a bye.
Ohio State played Penn State.
That's what it is.
Indiana played somebody. A&M was definitely on a bye, and Alabama was on a bye.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay, so it
Okay,
it
so is it
wasn't
like
too lot
is it the
of.
BYU
They just haven't
like
played. They've played
resume?
nobody. Yeah. If they win this week, they beat Texas Tech. I'm cool putting them above all the. I put them at 4.
Well, I mean, Utah is ranked a lot higher than I expected.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's looking like a pretty good win from like the committee standpoint.
I just don't think Utah's like that great. Like as good as like we was hoping and kind of everybody was thinking they are. Utah, if they squeak in the playoffs, they're getting smacked. That's an easy dub for any of these teams. Texas Tech beat the hell out of them with a backup quarterback. So I I mean I get like the BYU Utah game was it was competitive, but you know it's a rivalry game, huge rivalry game. So I mean 3 points is it's I don't think that's something to kind of like put BYU down. Um, but yeah, other than that, they just I don't think they've played too much great
Yeah,
competition. You can say that about a couple of teams, like I don't know, Ohio State maybe, but
yeah. I mean, I have it flipped, where I have BYU at 5. Just
yeah,
simply because, 8-0 this deep in the season, I think that's like to be rewarded. And like granted, Georgia does have two really impressive wins with Ole Miss and Tennessee. But to me, I was just like the playing with fire constantly, and they have a loss like
I mean
combined
it ain't
is a
really caught them
little.
yet, other than the Bama game, but Bama's really
Yeah,
good this year,
they
so.
got to play Texas, and they got to play someone else that's kind of
And
good, I
Texas
think, down the
is they're just
stretch.
getting hot. They beat you guys. They're on a roll. Like it's kind of weird. Arch
Yeah,
Manning's cooking.
they're
Maybe he's not as bad as everybody was thinking. I don't know. Or maybe the rest of the team's playing good and like giving him some confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little concerning to let Vandy like get that close because they were dominating most of that game, and they're coming off of like back-to-back overtime. So like they're just a mystery team to me right now. They got a lot of talent,
Yeah.
great coach in Sarkeesian. I think he's put together a lot of good game plans. Arch looked good against Vandy, probably the best he's looked since the season started. Number 4. See, I still got Ohio State at number 4. I hate to do it, but
I got him at 4 too.
I
Still.
mean, they're dominating. Don't get me wrong. Like they played really good against a very good Jim Knowles coached Penn State defense, but that's
That,
also
that Penn State team's ass right now. They've
they
lost
got no
like 6
quarterback.
in a row. Or maybe 5. It's 5 or 6. But
Yeah, their offense just can't get it going. Plus, you don't have Drew Aller, and even when you had Drew Aller, it
It
wasn't
would it would
looking.
they probably would have won still, but maybe it would have been closer. I don't know. Um, yeah, we just don't know about him. Still, it's a question mark for Ohio State, and it's gonna be all year. Like they got nothing until Michigan.
And even
Uh,
Michigan, like it's good, but it's not like
Michigan's not
that
great.
good.
Fuck Michigan beats them. They make it in. There might be there might be 4 teams up in that motherfucker for the Big Ten.
Yeah,
If Washington beats Oregon, Michigan beats Ohio State. Oregon drops out. I think both of them slide up and bump out maybe that second ACC team. So there could be 4 Big Ten teams, 4 probably SEC teams. There's 8, Notre Dame 9, uh, 2 Big 12 teams, 10, 11, and then the group of 5 team. I think that's how it's gonna go.
yeah.
I mean,
I
actually,
mean,
I don't think. You know, fuck it. I think Michigan can beat Ohio State. Why not?
I
I
mean
think
that's
Washington can beat Oregon.
they've done
Yeah,
it for
okay.
four
There
years
we
in a
go.
row.
There's my final 12.
I think Michigan could easily beat Ohio State, but then again, we just don't know with Ohio State. I mean, one thing I was really thinking about, like when I was doing my rankings, is like consistency is a big like factor, and Ohio State's been very consistent the whole year. Dominant for the most part. Defense is amazing.
We'd
Saban's
think.
playing out of his mind. Jeremiah Smith looked very good against Penn State. It's like on paper they do look like the
I
best team in the
mean,
country, but who have they beat?
if you give any of these other teams up here in the top 10 that schedule, like they're gonna look the same or better. Like, I mean,
True.
Indiana's got a similar schedule, similar type schedule. They look fucking great. Um, A&M's fighting for their fucking life every week. Bama's they would kill all those teams that they've played. They probably beat Texas that first week by significant amount. Uh, Georgia same, Ole Miss same, shit BYU maybe, Texas Tech maybe, Notre Dame probably not. They just lose random games for fun. Um, yeah, Oregon absolutely, Texas maybe, OU probably. Shit, you give
Yeah,
Virginia that schedule too. Who knows? Maybe they do the same thing. It's like the schedule's bad. They're just not playing anybody, so we don't know. They're whooping up on these sorry ass fucking Big 12 or Big 10 teams that never compete.
and it does seem like they get this schedule like every year. Like
Yeah.
maybe I'm tripping, but it just seems like Ohio State gets a favorable schedule. Like the Big Ten, the way they do their scheduling, it's like the big teams don't play each other. Like
They
not
play
that
like
many of them play each
one.
other.
And I mean, I guess it's not necessarily their fault that like that Penn State's ass. Well, okay, they play Penn State and Michigan, I think, almost every year, but it's not their fault, Washington's ass, I guess, but and then, good on them for scheduling Texas. Not necessarily their fault that they're
Yeah.
ass too.
I guess
They're,
we'll give
they're getting better.
I'll give credit where it's due with the Texas win for now. It's looking a lot better than it did. Going up to number three, I got A&M sitting at sitting at three.
I got Bama at 3. I got A&M at 2.
Okay, yeah, we're flipped. Then
Still the same.
I have
Indiana,
Bama at
Indiana
two.
1.
Yeah, I raised Indiana because I'd had Bama at number one for the past several weeks.
So that
But
little
looking at
struggle game.
that struggle game against South Carolina, they got the loss to Florida State. Indiana, I'm talking about consistency. Like they've been very consistent. They, in my opinion, like the score might not show it, but they dominated Oregon.
Oh, they did.
Oregon's
Yeah.
a top 10 team. They had that struggle game against Iowa as well, but you're looking at Iowa as ranked 20 right now. You're not looking at South Carolina in the top 25 at all or anywhere near it. Like you're looking at South Carolina as like, are they going to keep their coach? So then it's saying
Probably
same with
not.
Florida State, and what's going on there. So
Yeah, we suck.
Bama's just but they have some good wins. They got
They got
Georgia, that's a
great
huge
wins.
win. They got what was their other
Vanderbilt,
Vandy, which is starting to lessen a little bit, but still a good win.
Missouri's
Um,
fallen off.
Missouri's fallen,
Tennessee's fallen
Tennessee's
off.
fallen. So
So,
their
oh yeah,
wins
all,
are
all
getting
their,
less strong.
I mean, Missouri's fallen off because they lost their quarterback. The Vandy win's still good. They're still the same team. So, if you can't really dock the Missouri win because they lost their starting quarterback. Tennessee win is falling off because they're just losing. So yeah, as of now, they got 3 good wins, in my opinion. We'll take the Tennessee one from them.
So then we both got Indiana at number one. So top six is I feel like we've just been reshuffling it for the most part for the past like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot's going on up there. I think the last top team to lose from up there was what? Was it Miami? Their first loss, or was it you guys when you guys lost it? Might have been with you and Miami when you guys both lost. Oh, and then
Yeah, it
and
was
then Vanderbilt losing too. So like those are like the last 3 like big drops from the top 6. But I don't even know if I had Vandy up in my 6. We had Miami up there for a while. OU was up in there for a while, so maybe just those 2.
yeah, because I mean, I had Miami sitting at one for a little while because I was like, okay, they got the Notre Dame win. They had the Florida State
Yeah.
win, which for a little bit looked like a good win. So they were looking good, but now I think it's starting to show that Miami really isn't what we thought they were gonna
They
be.
never they never are, man. They never are. They fooled me a little bit too. I was like, oh, okay, this is it looks like it's their year. They got so much talent too. Like that defense is pretty good. I think the season shaking out the way it is, it's because Carson Beck. He's got it's his fucking interceptions. That's what it is. That's what's lost them the games. This is interceptions. Uh,
Yeah, his decision
bad.
making has not been good. His accountability has been terrible. His leadership's been terrible.
Like they have a great,
I
they
don't
probably have a
know.
top 10 defense. They got one of the best receivers in Tony. They got a solid running game. He's butt. He is butt.
Okay.
Sucks to be a Miami fan.
Yeah, it does suck to be a Miami fan right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got nothing else to add. That's well, we might do a separate episode for our Heisman.
yeah,
Um,
we'll go ahead and do that. But this is just kind of our reaction to the new rankings. We're giving our rankings probably in upcoming weeks. I didn't think about this. We might actually do like the whole 12 and kind of predict our conference champions. I think we did that last year.
yeah,
Um,
because I mean, th this week we wasn't able to film on Monday, so we had to slide to the day of the rankings, and them coming out right before our episode does, or right before we actually filmed the episode. I think what was it last year, the year before we filmed on the same day, so we had like live rankings coming in like as we were doing the video or something like that.
yeah, which that was
But
cool. But I mean, how
I'd like
quickly we need
to,
to get the video up.
yeah, I'd like to do it still on Mondays. That way we have the ours compared to theirs, and maybe see how far off we are.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's not
we
as
value some other
influenced.
teams better. But
No,
yeah,
I agree. Well, that's the end of this episode. Um, you'll be seeing a lot of us this week. We're gonna post a few more due to some working constraints I have going on. So we'll catch y'all next time. Roll Tide.
we're tied.